Hi friends, this is Marilyn from tarotclarity.com, and I'm here to do a very quick 5 minutes or less video to illustrate the difference between laminating a deck with laminating sheets and the heater machine versus using contact paper. For this purpose, I chose to buy multiple copies of the same deck I found on Amazon for $7. It's completely written in Russian, instructions also on very inexpensive, as in cheap, cardboard paper, like the kind, that you cut, from a cereal box, or you'd get in a Cracker Jack's box, as a prize. In fact, I've no doubt that this particular deck is probably given as a prize in a bubblegum machine, or probably available somewhere on the planet for about 35 cents. So why did I buy it? Well, I bought it because the cards themselves, the images, are really, really pretty. And they're beautiful for Lenormand, because there's no question, when you're looking at the snake, that you're looking at the snake. When you're, looking at the flowers or the bouquet, you're looking at the bouquet, the scythe, etc. So there's no, misunderstanding of what you're looking at. And so I like that in this deck. And the art is just really pretty. So I took a chance and I bought more than one deck. And I thought this would be a good one for me to experiment on whether or not I wanted to laminate a deck or use contact paper. So let's take a look. This one is laminated. This one has contact paper. If we take a look side by side, you'll see that the one that's got contact paper really doesn't have much give. The way it lays is the way it is. The laminated deck is all kind of wonky. It's all over the place, It's slippy, it's slidey. It's not going to stay in a nice, neat pile. This may or may not be an issue for you. I mean, it's not really much of an issue for me. Of course, I'd prefer that it would stay in a nice, neat pile, but since it doesn't, I'm not losing sleep over it. The laminated sheets, I use 3 ml, and it's got a very high gloss, and it's not particularly flexible, It's however, it's very permanent. I mean, these things will survive a nuclear war, If you were inclined to take them into bars or whatever, it will definitely survive. They're very long-lasting, I'm sure. I'm not inclined to, be reckless with my cards. I'm very careful with my cards. I never have food or drink by my cards. However, I do like to travel, and sometimes when you travel, things get thrown around in suitcases and stuff, and I don't really have any worries that anything will happen to this particular deck with the lamination. It's very well protected. Now, with the contact paper, it's much more manageable. It doesn't flop around. The thickness it is when it lays is the thickness even when you push it. Maybe just got a tiny bit of give. There is no glare whatsoever. There's no glare, and it's highly flexible. So, as far as how well protected it is, I think there's no comparison. I think that the laminated sheets, of course, will offer a higher level of protection. But I mean, come on, what are you going to do to the cards? If you're taking good care of your cards anyway, nothing bad is going to happen to them if they're in contact paper. It'll just, protect the surfaces from spills if you're inclined to be near water or whatever. And also just the grease on your hands, accumulation of finger stuff, so it'll protect your cards, and it'll last a lot longer than than they would have normally. So it depends on your look. Which is better? I don't know. I kind of like the high gloss and the permanence of this deck, because I know that this deck is going to last me forever. But I also like, how manageable this deck is, and that it's understated. There's no real gloss or anything like that, and so they both appeal to me. I hope this has helped you decide for yourselves which process you prefer to do if you ever think of protecting your decks. You can find me at tarotclarity.com, and I'm on Instagram as the Tarot Reader, also as Tarot Clarity, and on Facebook as Tarot Clarity LLC. Until next time, peace.